The relationship between conflict management strategies and the economic growth of the organization. Conflicts are considered to be the most unpredictable issues in organizations. It is mainly associated with the opposing of ideas and actions, which results in causing a hostile state among the members that affects the performance of the organization. Hence, it is imperative for the organization to develop conflict management strategies for avoiding conflicts that can support in its growth. The aim of the following study is to evaluate the relationship between the conflict management strategies and economic growth of the organization. The research design that is selected for the following study is triangulation method, where the researcher attempts to explain the association between the conflicting management strategies and economic growth through interview, questionnaire survey, and literature. As per the questionnaire survey, 85 professionals has completely provided with the data. In this manner, the correlation technique is performed, in which it was identified that the conflict management and economic growth has significant and positive association. Moreover, the types of strategies that are associated with the economic growth comprises of accommodation, collective bargaining, compromising, and confrontation, whereas avoidance is found to have insignificant association with economic growth. Moreover, the factors responsible for the conflicts are poor communication and information gap. The adverse effect of not resolving conflict is that it leads to demotivation of employees and lower productivity. Poor communication and information gap. The adverse effect of not resolving conflict is that it leads to demotivation of employees and lower productivity. Several types of conflicts exist in organization, which comprises of interpersonal, intrapersonal, intragroup, and intergroup conflicts. Unable to solve the conflicts would negatively affect the performance of the organization. Hence, it is imperative for the organization to develop conflict management strategies for avoiding conflicts or quickly dealing with conflicts. There are several types of approaches that are available to the management, which consists of avoidance, collaboration, accommodation, compromise, and confrontation. The management is required to adapt suitable approach for dealing with the conflicts. The conflicts faced in the organizations are considered to be problematic for the economic growth due to influencing on the productivity and survivability of the organization. The rationale behind the reduction of productivity is due to increasing frustration and stress level caused by conflicts that often causes employees to leave the firm. Hence, most of the skilled employees leave the organization, which in result causes decline to the overall productivity. Conflicts in organization also lead towards mental health concerns for the employees, where they usually become frustrated and often tend to avoid meeting or engaging with other members. This results in causing adverse effect to the economic growth of the organization, which lowers its productivity and its survivability in the industry. In the competitive environment, every organization is aimed towards achieving competitive advantage and economic growth through establishing decent environment at the workplace. The improvement to the workplace contributes to the improvement of job performance, where it leads to enhancing the economic growth of the organization. Conflicts in the organizations are becoming highly complex in nature due to the presence of diverse and multifunctional teams, along with the uniqueness and complex nature of the project. Conflicts are inevitable in the organization where it has excessive negative influence on the entire industry. There are mainly two types of conflicts that are involved within the project, which comprises of internal conflicts and interface conflicts. Internal conflicts usually arise among the members inside the organizations, whereas interface conflicts are usually occurred due to the conflicts among the outside stakeholders. Hence, the following research is mainly conducted to evaluate the association between the conflict management strategies and economic growth of the organization. The rationale behind conducting the study is due to no particular studies that are mainly conducted for investigating the association between conflict management and economic growth of organization. Organizations often tend to lose their competitive edge, mainly due to unresolved conflicts, as it leads to turnover of employees, along with adversely affecting their mental health which overall reduces their performance and productivity. In the competitive environment, it is imperative for organization to have effective conflict management strategies that would support the firms in gaining the competitive edge among its competitors while also contributing towards their growth. Hence, the following study is mainly conducted to investigate the association between the conflict management strategies and economic growth. The term conflict management is referred to the procedure of minimizing the negative influence caused by the conflicts in the organization, while also emphasizing and enhancing the positive aspects. Conflict management skills and strategies are critically required in the organizations, as the internal fighting and misunderstanding between the members of the organizations results in causing disruptions on the normal activities. The conflict in the organization leads to delay to the projects. Organizations are identified to play a vital role in the social economic development and national economy of the country and organization. Similarly, the development of economy for developed and developing countries is highly dependent upon the growth of the organization, where its expansion contributes to the improvement of the economy. There are several participants that are involved in the project, which comprises of owners, project managers, contractors, site engineers, and others. These participants are required to interact among themselves for the effort in managing information, schedules, and resources. Thus, the failure of the projects or its completion on its poor quality can significantly affect the economic growth. The major problem that contributes to the failure of organization is the conflict that is caused by the increasing complexities and fast-tracking projects. It is critical for the conflicts to be resolved immediately by developing conflict management strategies. Lack of conflict management strategies can result in causing delay in the schedule, delivering poor quality project, or even lawsuit measures for resolving conflicts, which causes loss of both money and time. Moreover, the disruptions caused by the conflicts in organizations are also highly visible among the stakeholders, in which it results in causing significant damage to the reputation of the company. Maiti and Choi, 2018, PASO 1. Hence, the following study is mainly reflected to the development of conflict strategies that contributes to the economic growth of the organization. There are several influential factors that are associated with the conflicts, which consist of higher cost of project, delay in project, loss on profits, declining productivity, and damaging relationship in business, and dispute among team. Thus, the conflict management strategies in the organization are critically required for solving the issues of conflict, which can support in avoiding the consequences. A study was mainly conducted to determine the factors responsible for causing conflict, consequences of conflict, and methods for managing conflict, particularly in the Kuwait International Airport cargo city. Thus, the study was conducted through questionnaire survey that was distributed to the 163 participants, where the results has revealed that the cause of conflict in the organization is due to inadequate communication and contradicting guidance and instruction by the management. The effects of conflict in the organization are that it leads to the delay in projects, reduced productivity, and ineffective communication. The solutions, as highlighted by the participants, is that the collaboration and compromising style is critically required. The data has been collected through administering questionnaire survey, which has been distributed to 100 respondents with the SPSS tool, is applied for analyzing data. The results revealed that the cause of the conflict in organization were communication and ineffective collaboration. Moreover, it was also identified that the relationship conflict management strategies and organizational performance were found to have positive association. Conflicts tend to make the employees to be less satisfied and less productive in their jobs. Several strategies are available to the organization for handling conflicts, which consist of collaboration, avoidance, and mindfulness. Avoidance mainly involves in withdrawing or sidestepping from conflicts, whereas collaboration is an open exchange between both parties for reaching a mutual understanding. Mindfulness is reflected to self-regulated attention on present moment experience, along with accepting attitude. Results of a study have revealed that mindfulness is an effective constructive conflict management process, which enables in increasing collaboration. The results of the reliability and validity testing has revealing that the responses on the questionnaire are internally consistent, which indicates that it is reliable and valid. Thus, the other statistical techniques are applicable on the dataset. The second tool that is highly important for the study is the correlation analysis, which was mainly utilized for assessing the conflict management strategies association with the economic growth. Moreover, the correlation technique is also applied on the identified strategies of conflict management individually for assessing their relationship with economic growth. The results of correlation analysis have indicated that the conflict management strategies have a positive and moderate level of association with economic growth. Furthermore, the strategies that are found to have significant and positive association are accommodation, collective bargaining, compromising, and confrontation strategies. Avoidance was found to have insignificant correlation with the economic growth. Lastly, the regression analysis has been conducted for evaluating the effect of the strategies on the economic growth. The results, as per Table 5, has indicated that all the strategies, i.e. accommodation, avoidance, collective bargaining, compromising, and confrontation, has significant effect on economic growth. The hypotheses of confrontation and avoidance were established on the basis of causing adverse effect on economic growth, whereas accommodation, avoidance, and collective bargaining were established with respect to positive effect. The results revealed that accommodation, avoidance, and collective bargaining had significant and positive influence over the economic growth of an organization, whereas confrontation has been indicated to have negative influence. In terms of avoidance, its coefficient has been computed in negative, which rejects the hypothesis, and thus shows that it has positive influence on economic growth. The fundamental aim of the study is to investigate the relationship between conflict management strategies and economic growth of an organization. The triangulation method is conducted for revealing the findings of the study, where both qualitative and quantitative methods are adopted in the following research. The results from the quantitative analysis have indicated that the conflict management strategies have a positive association on the economic growth of the companies. Similarly, it was also revealed that the causes of conflicts among the employees are poor communication, lack of soft skills, and misunderstanding among the employees. The first objective was related to evaluating the effects of conflicts on organization that leads to negative effect towards their growth. The most common conflicts that are faced in the organization consist of interpersonal conflicts, where the factors that are responsible for leading to the conflict comprise of information gap and inefficient communication. If left unresolved, can result in causing reduction to the productivity, which thus adversely affecting the economic growth of the organization. Due to unresolved conflicts in organization, many of the employees are observed to face mental health problems that either lead to demotivation towards their work or can even result in causing turnover. This causes the company to lose their competitive edge amongst the competitors while also losing their greatest asset. In addition, conflicts leads to several other internal problems that negatively influences on the organization. The internal problems consist of delays in project, declining productivity, and loss on profits, higher cost and damaging relationship in business. The second objective pertained with understanding the importance of conflict management strategies, where it was identified that the conflict management skills and strategies are crucially required by the organization for handling key disputes and arguments among the employees, along with saving time and money. It also leads to presenting strategies for avoiding destructive effects of conflicts that can lead to damaging the relationship of the employees. Conflicts in organizations are highly common, where it has been significantly increasing due to the complex nature of the project in the current environment. If unsolved, The conflict in an organization can lead to disastrous effect, which can cause delays in the project, high cost, lower productivity, and damaging relationship. Hence, it is vital for the organization to have conflict management strategies which can support in handling the conflicts and further avoiding the consequences. The following research is aimed to evaluate the association between the conflict management strategies and economic growth of the organization. The rationale behind the topic selection is due to conflicts leading to a destructive effect on the performance. The statistical techniques are performed in the questionnaire survey, where the validity and reliability testing is conducting, which revealed that the data is valid and reliable. In this manner, the correlation technique is performed in which it was identified that conflict management and economic growth has a significant and positive association. Thus, this indicates that organizations that have developed strong conflict management strategies are able to enhance their overall economic growth in the organization. Moreover, the types of strategies that are associated with the economic growth comprise of accommodation, collective bargaining, compromising, and confrontation, whereas avoidance is found to have an insignificant association with economic growth. In addition, the fishbone diagram has revealed that the types of conflicts that are commonly faced among the employees consist of interpersonal conflicts and disagreement. The factors responsible for the conflicts are poor communication and information gap. The adverse effect of not resolving conflict is that it leads to demotivation of employees and lower productivity. Thus, the main contribution of the study is that it assists the organization in developing conflict management strategies which can support its economic growth. With respect to the results, it is imperative for the management of organizations to utilize accommodation, collective bargaining, and compromising strategies that can lead in establishing a decent environment in the workplace that results in the improvement of job performance. Hence, the leader management should openly listen to its employees while also minimize the differences in the achievement of goals. The findings indicate that conflicts in the construction project can lead to lower trust and lower respect, which affects the overall performance of the construction project team and the organization. In primary level, disputes may occur within the group or team and finally convert to conflict, which may lead to produce less organizational performance. The research shows that there are 3 steps of conflict management, including pre-conflict, conflict progress, and outcome strategic dealing, is the process that involves creating a situation leading to motivate among the parties involved. It was found that strategic dealing helps in restricting the impact of the conflict. It helps in getting people aligned towards one goal, i.e., conflict is resolved and project goals are achieved. According to the construction professional's view, uses of accommodation, avoidance, and compromising as significant integrative conflict management strategies in their organization. A similar data has been incorporated in the literature highlighting that compromising, avoiding, competing, collaborating, avoiding, and accommodating are among the top conflict management strategies by the organization. The theoretical strategic model indicates that the effective conflict management strategies are dependent on the aspect of strategic dealing. If an organization considers the element of strategic dealing during the conflict, then it leads to influence positively the organizational performance. And if an organization does not consider the element of strategic dealing during the conflict, then it negatively affects the organizational performance. The discussion tends to cross-relate the findings of the primary data with the secondary data in order to provide evidence of answering the research questions successfully in the current investigation. Analytical approach based on research questions was helpful in simultaneously searching the answers to the research questions. Relationship between the project management perspective and causes of conflicts. Project management perspective showed no significant differences with the causes of conflicts and nature of conflicts supporting H0 and H1, while project management perspective depicted significant differences for the tactics to minimize conflicts, rejecting H2. The answer to the first research question revealed through these hypotheses. Primary findings from the construction industry substantiated the literature findings about the existence of both the technical as well as personnel level as main causes of conflicts in the construction industries. Likewise, in pursuance of answer to research question number 3, it depicted that conflict management strategies adopted in this sector are helpful to deal with the multi-dimensional causes and types of causes to reduce the prevalence. Construction industry mainly pursues project management approach for dealing with the positive and negative effects of the conflicts. Primary research findings did confirm that construction industry, unlike other service industry, has a big infrastructure-based industry where large parties make the stakeholders group and manage agreement between these parties. Project manager, therefore, has to look after all the causes in line with the requirements of the engineers, consultants, contractors, subcontractors, designers, and project team members. Project managers, therefore, perceive all levels of causes leading to conflict among the different parties, affecting their contract. Project-based technical aspects of the contract are vital for the understanding of the effective conflict management, as construction contracts may lead to severe failures and heavy financial loss if these project factors are not resolved in timely manner, such as project duration, time, cost, and other aspects. These factors exhibit their critical significance in the project management approach to resolve conflicts in general. Relationship between the conflict management strategies and organizational performances. 3 of the integrative conflict management strategies showed positive relationships with the organizational performances in the construction industry, i.e., collective bargaining, accommodation, and compromise, confirming H4, H5, and H6. On the other side, 3 other conflict management strategies showed negative relationship with the organizational performance, i.e., confrontation, competition, and avoidance, rejecting H7, H8, and H9. These results offer comprehensive set of answer for the research question number 2, and it can be determined that integrative strategies are mostly appropriate for the construction industry, since these 3 have positive influence on the organizational performance. Integrative strategies such as collective bargaining, accommodation, and compromise have positive effects on the productivities and performances of the organizations. The outcomes of the study provided the strong empirical statement that there is a significant and positive impact of conflict management strategies and organizational performance in the construction industry. The given responses and analysis result indicated that if any construction organization attempts to implement the integrative approach as conflict management strategies, the performance of an organization will gradually improve. The earlier studies regarding the organizational performance and conflict management produced the same positive outcomes. The literature review regarding conflict emphasized on the factors of inequitable treatment, awareness of workers, diversification in the perception, and cumbersome objection regarding the dispute procedure as the causes of conflict. The outcomes of the current study are aligned and consistent with the previous literature material and empirical studies of various authors. Furthermore, the results of the current study related to conflict management strategies confirm the empirical researchers' findings. The origination of the current study was according to the context of Combo's study that all types of conflicts negatively impact the employees and organizational performance. The conceptual approach for conflict management in construction industries, highlighted through the findings of the current investigation, could be used to inform future practice and research at strategic and tactic level. The conceptual model did show that construction industry needs to adopt those strategies, which can have positive influence on their organizational performances, since all types of conflicts, such as procedural conflict, union management conflict, personal conflict, conflict related to job tasks and activities, and interpersonal conflict have positive impacts on the organizational performance. What is the significance of integrative and non-integrative conflict management strategies for resolving conflict? The study also helped in clarifying that integrative conflict management strategies have been placing significant impacts on the organizational performances of the construction company's projects. Such strategies are helpful in encouraging the participation from the research participants other than the obliging conflict resolution strategies. Integrative conflict management strategies need to be in line with the mutually acceptable solutions necessary for helping the parties in the construction companies involved in the win-win situation. The interests of all the parties are included in the process for the settlement of the conflicts. Non-integrative strategies do not look after the issues from the context of all parties, as more powerful parties has strong influence on the project management practices of the construction companies. The effectiveness of the integrative conflict management strategies reflects through its power to increase the productivity and performances of all the parties, to project and ultimately the performances of the overall construction project with the specific factor. The findings of the study suggest that conflict is a natural and inevitable occurrence in all construction projects, which may pose the constructive or destructive outcome. It is necessary for the project manager to play the leadership role so that he can promote the positive conflict resolution among the team members, because his designation must not be destabilized by the influence of an individual. From the outcomes of the study, it is found that the nature of conflict is natural and inevitable in the project management, as it can favorably or unfavorably depend on the performance of the project manager to handle the project. It is also discovered that most of the project managers play the two roles, i.e., consultant and project manager. The sequencing, scheduling, and ranking order were also momentous for minimizing conflict, and most of the project managers indicate the inadequacy. The training of the project managers is also of prime importance from the aspects of sequencing and scheduling. The other cause of conflict among the team members were the misalignment, technical opinion, mistrust, imaginative expectations, administrative procedures, and lack of required labor resources. The project managers should improve the communication channels, develop the trust, accomplish professional goals and collective responsibilities, and all these considerations assume as the most relevant strategies for minimizing conflict in the construction industry. The management should attempt to adopt conflict management strategies based on the collaborative relationship and, meanwhile, strive to consider the employee and leadership in making important decisions. Please like, follow, and subscribe for more details.